What is up? What is up? Welcome to a year-end review. Guess we'll call it. This is actually, it was my first year in comics. I used to get them as a kid and stuff like that, and then I even used to dream about drawing them and shit like that. No. And I'm at work. Anyways, but what's it called? I dreamed as a kid as doing comics my damn self, and we used to draw. Me and my buddy, what up, Johnny 5, what up? But we used to draw ourselves in like Alien vs Predator comics. So like that's what got me started was Aliens vs Predator, Aliens, just those books. That's what got me hooked. I never really had interest though. Like I read some, but like with Superman and like Marvel and the DC, like there was very few books that I ever like got into, to where like I was buying them all the time. But man, I had every single Alien vs Predator, Alien, just I had all of those because I loved the movies and I was just right in my era. But so, getting out of it, like I used to dream of being a comic book artist and shit. And, as I'm getting older, I was like, why didn't I ever pursue that? So I started watching videos on, like, oh, I'm going to learn how to do this myself. You know what I mean? And just self-publish my own comic and see where it goes and stuff like that. So I started watching videos and stuff like that. And I came across, certain artists, creators that, they had YouTube channels and they, would give you how-tos and stuff like that, right? And one that I want to shout out the most is Scott Circlin. He has Circworks is his YouTube, and man, let me tell you, dude is full of knowledge. He even has free comic book creator kits. He's just starting a class now that he's doing on his YouTube and I think his Patreon, where it's how to create comics 101. I mean, this dude, like, there's not enough to be said that of what he does for the community. And like he's really, like the main influencer that I watched while I was like, like revving myself up, like, oh man, like I might do this. And actually I have Scott's books right here. And I'll show you guys. He does a comic book called Young and the Dead. It's a really cool comic. It's like Goonies meets Walking Dead. And right now he's got 4 issues out. I work at a tattoo shop, so you will hear things like that. What's up, Mark? I don't know what that is. But anyways, so through that and watching his videos, I came across, like, because they have other people on their show all the time and stuff like that. And then I came across a buddy of mine. Now I call him a buddy, Mr. David Fleming. He's this is his info for all his social media. He does a really kick-ass comic book called Analog Missions. And he is finishing up number 2 right now. Right now, this is number 1. Really dope. I love his art style. Dude's talented as hell. He's got videos and all kinds of stuff too. Ah, man, I got stuff falling off the shelves here. But he does a bunch of videos, like, also with art, and he runs him and Scott Green do I'd Rather Be Drawing. That's their little click that they push on here. But through with those guys, I found out about the 100 Days of Making Comics challenge. So I applied that to what I was working on with my comic, and completed the challenge, and I've been slacking on doing it again. But I am going to do it again because it really keeps you working on it all the time, and it's awesome. But they have done 2 anthology series, and I got both of them. Their first one was titled Life in Space, and it's a book. There's like 20 something artists, and they all send in like 4-page stories, and they just had rad stories all mixed together. They all get together and they put this book together, run a Kickstarter for it, and then you get your copies and stuff like that. Their second year of doing it, Werewolves and Unicorns, and that has a Squatch on the cover. Look at that. But yeah, these guys were super dope. If you ever want to see some talented artists, just look up the hashtag 100 Days of Making Comics, and you will see a lot of hardworking, dope ass artists that they're killing it right now. But anyways, so that started me. Like, I was collecting their stuff, right? And I was like, well, I want to get other stuff, I want to get other books and things like that. And, I love The Walking Dead. So I was like, well, why don't I start collecting The Walking Dead? I had fell in love with a cover. So this was actually the first book I ever bought. And, well, now that I'm starting this in 2019, and it was like the grail that I wanted. I was like, well, if I'm going to start collecting, I want to get the book that I really, really want. And I saw this cover. This is the Chromium 100. This is the Adlard wraparound. I am showing nothing but reflection. That plastic fucks it up. But this was one of my most favorite covers I'd ever seen The Walking Dead do. And then when I saw it on the show, holy shit. That shit blew my mind. I didn't shut up about it. Like, I came to work and was bugging everybody, talking about it. It's just a dope ass scene. Like, I don't know, it's the artist in me that I look and I'm like, oh man, that's sick as hell. But from there, in my little journey of getting comics and stuff, I started, grabbing a couple Walking Deads here and there, piecing them together. Then just, through watching people's channels, I came across Mr. Gary Hodges. Now, you guys, if you have watched any of my other videos, you know that I preach this like it's the gospel. Dinosaurs versus Mars bots. I tell everybody about this book because as much as I am a fan of The Walking Dead, this book is just so much radder. Follow on Instagram, Dinosaurs vs. Mars Bots. He sells his book right now, issue 1, on Etsy. You can find it. You just type in Dinosaurs vs. Mars Bots and you will find him. This is his cover A, and then he has a cover B. Well, that is like your variant for, I think it was the Phoenix Comic Con. It's got a little chicken alien on it. But this is cover A. I found this book, and I have not shut up about it. I've read it probably, 30-something times, and looking for little pieces. We're going to be reviewing this coming up soon, I believe, and we're even going to have Gary on. uh, on Foo's channel. Hashtag Foo is a furry. Have him on there, and I'm actually going to give that copy away to whoever joins in on that show. But so finding that comic, I was really stoked, and then I started getting other ones, and I figured, you know what, I'm Squatchy. I'm going to start collecting Squatchy books. Anything that's got a big foot, because why am I going to fill runs of books that I'm not going to read? Why not get books that I want to read because it's got something I'm interested in? So my collection consists of Walking Dead right now and Bigfoot. You know what I mean? But through that, I started finding some really rad books. I found just random covers I can pull right here. You got a $6 million man, so I'm just looking for anything. This has a big foot in it. You find them everywhere. Tarzan fighting a Yeti. These guys, Monster Hunters Survival Guide, they now do a movie. They have a movie called Big Legend you can find on Amazon Prime. And that's straight out of their comic book using their characters. Any Manifest Destiny fans, they've got a whole run of Sasquatch. I started just going to places and finding all these rad gems, What up, 36? And I was stoked. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm having fun with this, and it's only been a few months. So through, watching other people's channels and stuff, I came across the boy who had 7, Matt, for those that know his name and everything. And watching the boy who had 7's channel, I got lucky enough to win this when he had a 1K giveaway. Yes, it's a facsimile, but still pretty cool to win 9.8, I thought that was really rad. Matt was cool as hell. If you ever watch that video, it's really funny how I win this. Foo will laugh at this, but it's an asterisk. If you watch the video, Foo, it's an asterisk. Because for sure I lost it. I wasn't supposed to win, but he's like, I'm gonna send it to you anyways. Which was funny. So I started my whole winning career with an asterisk. So Foo will love that. He likes assigning those to people. And soon after that, came across CVM Comics. His name's Chris. He's a CGC authorized dealer. He has a little monthly mystery box subscription box. And so I tried him out, and the first box he sent me had this 9.6 Walking Dead. Look at that sexy Lucille. And I was super stoked. I didn't continue with the box. It's just a little pricey for me. But he did have one other gem in that box for me that also I was like, well, yeah, I want to fucking collect Godzilla and the original Marvel one. So he had a really nice Godzilla copy in there. I was super stoked when I saw it. So I started thinking, okay, well, I gotta collect Godzilla now. And as I'm going through on my Squatchy searches, and I'm trying to figure out, oh man, what other Bigfoot books are out there, right? Turns out, in that same run, Yetregar, the biggest Bigfoot of all, fights Godzilla. And he ends up popping up in the issue after this too, 11. So I'm looking for that one too right now. But I thought that was pretty cool. And now we get to what kind of made my year turn into craziness. And that's this guy right here. I found these mystery boxes actually from watching The Boy Who Had Seven. He did an unboxing right when Vantage had started dropping his. And my first box I ever did, I look like the fucking handmaiden. What the fuck? My first box of doing his Vantage thing, I won the Crow second print #1. And I was like, holy crap. And I had won, I forget what the other book was, but it was also like a good money book, you know. And man, it just winning like that right off the bat just like kind of got me hooked. And then we started doing, you know, unboxing challenges. I did one with my coworker, and then came across this channel, Foo. He posted that he got a Comic Vantage box, and he posted what he got. And so we both, you know, we were talking because, you know, I messaged him like, oh man, you got something good from Vantage. I got this, you know. So we're talking, and then we're talking about the books that you can win. And I showed him this Spawn book, right? And I saw it from the very beginning. When I first found out about him, I was like, oh fuck, this Spawn is just so nuts. Like the way that the placement, like where they put the remark, it was just so dope. And I ain't ever, like, I've read like a little bit of Spawn, didn't like it, you know, but this cover was super dope. It's done by Tony Daniels. And so I'm like, I show him this Spawn, and then he's instantly like, I want that Spawn. So like we started having this, oh no, I'm gonna win it, no, you're gonna win it, no. And so it was crazy. So like the next time that we ordered, we're going in for this Spawn, right? And I ended up pulling 361 ASM, and it was like, holy crap, you know. There was the birth of the howl that they call it. I got so excited I won that book. And I remember, like, it was like, you know, everybody was buzzing like, damn, these Vantage boxes are dope. And they're $40 shipped, you know, like in the US. Like, you got to pay more if it's international or whatever. But so it was like nuts, you know. And then so the more me and Foo started talking about this book, what up, Lance? More people started like, oh man, that Spawn book is dope. We're going to go after that Spawn. And I had been doing, you know, auctions on Instagram and stuff like that at that point. And yeah, because I went fully into it blindly and started running auctions, not knowing what I was doing. But what's called? We ended up having like 10 people that were gunning for this damn Spawn. We bought so many damn boxes. We have so many of these stickers trying to get that Spawn. We had such a rivalry built up. But what was funny is after I won that 361, the very next video Foo put out, he won the 361 newsstand because he Vantage and put 2 in there. So like ever since that happened, we were like, holy crap, we both won. And then we just kind of got the idea to do these unboxings with each other. And we'll gun for the Spawn. That'll be our prize, our grand prize. Well, we went through all of season 1, didn't get it. And our very last unboxing of season 1, it bummed me out. And Foo makes Foo makes fun of me for this. But I was just like, nah, it's a ghost. It's a ghost. Let's forget it. Let's just look for other books, you know, like let's just forget about it. Anytime people mentioned it, like they were trying to go, oh, I'm going to win it. I'm going to win it. I just ordered 4 boxes. I was just like, it's a ghost. No, it doesn't exist. Some kid won it and it's sitting in a box somewhere, you know? And so season 1 ended, and then we decided, okay, we're going to do a season 2 big, you know, thing. And we invited Chad RCG to come on our channel, or Foo's channel, and do an unboxing with us. So, you know, me and Fu, we've got in the habit of ordering 2 boxes. So we all ordered 2 boxes. And so we have Chad up on the show. Chad surprises us and sends us a box. Well, one of the boxes said from Chad with a little heart on it. So I decided, since they made me go first, that I'm going to save this one for last, right? Sure enough, we get through all these boxes. We get to the last box, the Chad box, and I'm just like super pumped. And like, we get to the last 2 books, right? And my computer crashes. And I didn't look. They say I looked and all this other stuff, but I didn't look. And so I get logged back in. They're talking crap as Fu and Chad do. And I'm just kidding. But so they're talking, and I get back and I'm like, okay, well, you know, you were talking about this book, and then I cut out. So then I'm like, oh shit, you know, I get to the second book and I pull it, and I just saw just a little piece of the thing. And you just see me, if you watch the video, you just see me, just my eyes light up, and I jump out my chair breaks. I'm all over the place yelling, I won the damn Spawn. And you know I'm not going to do a year review and not talk about the book that we went on a craze. And it basically created a friendship between our whole little clique now and other people that have joined in through Vantage in his boxes. I mean, we've got a dope group of friends, you know, you guys in the chat and everything like that. I mean, wouldn't have happened without Vantage in his boxes. So like, truly grateful for this guy. Order his boxes, you will not be disappointed. Every time I've won the 361, the like I said, the Crow #1. Then I won the first appearance of Lobo signed by Marv Wolfman. I won like this 3-time signed Spawn that was like signed by George Perez and Eddie Nunez, and I can't remember the others. Man, I won a Primer #5, first appearance of Max. Man, I've got a lot of wins under my belt, and everybody else does too, because of he's got dope books in there. You're not going to get a Black Cat. But anyways, so like just winning that Spawn like was it for me, you know, and it was just, I wouldn't shut up about it. I was showing them all the time. And I want to say the next like big book was actually a surprise from Mr. Fu. And he sent me this bad boy. The first appearance of Wendigo. Which is just rad as hell. Like, you know, like just to send someone like that a book that's worth that kind of money is like, fuck, man, you know, like way cool in my book. I was like super stoked to get it. But I started putting together one hell of a Bigfoot collection. Got Crypto Legends. I mean, you'd be surprised of the Bigfoot books. Doc Yeti Fuck Son. Look at that, Bigfoot reading comics. You know what I mean? Even going back to Dell Comics. Alvin and the Chipmunks. I got this from Spider Booth. It's like a 181. You got Rawhide Kid fought Bigfoot. I mean, it's boundless of where you can get Scooby-Doo. Got Yeti vs. Vampires. Camping with Bigfoot. I mean, I can show you some really cool little gems. This was a cool set that I got. It is a 4-book set. and Rob Zombie, Steve Niles, and Richard Corbin got together, did this. So it was dope to get a book like that. Rob Zombie involved. I even found this gem. Get it out of here. This came in some oatmeal. When people got oatmeal, Popeye meets Bigfoot. I mean, you find Bigfoot in all kinds of comics. From the Yeti to Wendigo to all of those. I've gotten some cool ones. Creepy. You know. But one thing I did do, let me find it, is I really wanted to start collecting the boys after I saw the show. I started seeing how much it was going for, like just number one, you know, and you're like, fuck, man. And then number two and 4 and 5 and 3, like they all pricey books, and you know, and you see how much a whole run goes for on eBay. Because I was like, well, shit, I'll just buy the whole run. But I thought it'd be easier to put them together, finding, you know, people auctioning or just out looking, you know. And I came across Ruby Rockwell Comics, and she sent me this number one, and I got an amazing deal. And I ended up actually 2 weeks ago completing the entire run and all the separate ones like Herogasm, Billy Butcher, and Highland Laddie. There's like those 3 branch off, and then I got all the cover Bs and cover Cs and sketch covers. Completed it all. Super stoked that I did that. Because one thing that I was putting off, I didn't want to read any of them until I had them all complete, so I could just binge the fuck out of it and just keep on going. And I still haven't started, but I am gonna, because now I can start putting stuff away that I'm doing this video. But so getting back into stuff of like this year and stuff like that, I used to see this up on the wall at my LCS, and for $90, and through the help of Chad and Vantage and other people teaching me about eBay and stuff like that, I ended up learning how to get things pretty darn cheap, and I ended up scoring that one, and that's near mint right there. But this is also one of those beauty covers that came out that I got in a Vantage box. I want the Venom. My reflection's just so shitty. But that cover is fire. And so through that, I started noticing people doing sketch covers. I had to get in on that because I love doing art, stuff like that. And so I started doing them. And I actually have a few that I'm going to be auctioning off this coming Thursday that I just finished. A Batman Who Laughs, that's like a xenomorph who laughs. It's hard to show the shiny pen I used as a highlight. But I'll set that there. I did a Hunt for Wolverine Predator homage, Logan Predator homage. This video doesn't do it justice. What's up, Bears? Did a Venom. These I actually hand painted. Used acrylic paints. I had fun. I was watching other people do them. This pen and marker. my own take on the Winter Soldier. I mean, who's really duking it up out there in the wintertime? Had to give the Abominable Snowman the upper hand, pun intended. But this book, when I did it, everybody went nuts for. So I wonder if they're still going to go nuts for it on the auction night. We'll see. Doing this auction just in time for when all the bills come in for tattoo artists. Oh, but the other was at Frankenson's and was at that Spider-Man booth's actual booth. And this was just standing out right there looking at me. Freaking Sasquatch. So I swooped that up. And then that same day, I got that in the mail. And it's signed by the creator, Richard Lopez. And, which was a funny thing that happened while there, the first time I went to Frankenson's, I met a on the booth right there, and it turns out it was Jeff Frank. And he has done a Bigfoot book, and I have that Bigfoot book. He did the book Savage. It's a 3-book series, and I saw him there, and I was like, oh man, I want to come back, and get my book signed, And he was like, yeah, for sure, bring him by, So I'm sitting there, I'm getting the book signed, and we're talking and everything. And who walks up? Rob Liefeld. Just like right like that. And it was just like, he's like, what's up? What are you doing? Signing stuff? What's up? And so it was like, what the hell? What up, Rob? And everything. Like, I got a picture with him and stuff like that. And I thought it was cool because, everybody had said, Rob Liefeld, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, still, dude's hella talented, no matter what anyone says. And he's, he created some good shit. And, what the hell? What happened to the book I was looking for? Yeah, so, through that, I started doing those covers and everything like I showed you before, but then I also did these, like, cover hacks, where I put a Squatch in place of the main character. And I have these on sale right now. I have about 19 sets of all 3 still available. And you get all 3 shipped to you for about $32.50 if you are in the United States. But all 3 of those, I have about 19 sets left, and then I will be out of those. Now, I mean, we're getting to where, like I showed a good majority of the books and stuff, and something really sad did happen this year with these books. Trying to find the one. In deciding to start collecting these, what's up, Mr. Comic? Walking Dead and everything, because I want to put the full run together. They decided to end the freaking series, and this came out. And it was just like, oh man, that sucks, like that it's ending, but I'm super stoked to have gotten this story, because I love it. But that cover could not be complete without that one right there. The nighttime variant, and I got 2 of those and 2 of the other. Super stoked to have them. And then so I used to see, like, because of that, got it from SDCC in 2019. I saw that they had these mystery boxes, and they had them for like $50, and they were coming with slabs, and people were getting dope slabs. Well, recently, Black Friday or whatever, they posted that they had them again. So I was like, oh man, I'm getting one. And I was like, I love The Walking Dead. And this is actually pretty funny that they sent this. But, so everybody gets a slab. And I've seen people open them and they're getting cool slabs and stuff like that. Okay, you saw the two that I just showed you? They sent me a 9.8 second printing. I mean, cool. And these thicker ones are, pretty buff looking. But man, I was so hyped on that box, and then I saw second printing, and then it was just like, wah, wah. Yeah. So that was coming. That was my last stupid mystery purchase. I'm gonna stick to Vantage boxes until I see something better. But now we get to the most recent unboxing. And the reason why I wanted to make this video, but I mean, I guess I'd show you all the other stuff too. But so we had an unboxing where we were sending our Christmas AOKs, to our group. Well, we call ourselves the Mystery Men now. But it's me, Squatchy, Dave, Comic Fu, 2814, Chad RCG, and Stevie B. So we had the unboxing, and Stevie B sent me this bad boy. I'm all for it because I'm trying to collect all the Bigfoot ones. He thought he was sending me a joke. But little did he know, I wanted it, and I was trying to get prices on it. I don't know why this isn't going down there. Anyways, so then, all right, through The Walking Dead and seeing the books that they have out there, and I showed you that one grill I got. How do I not mention freaking Chad and his win of the AF-15 signed by Stan Lee that he won? And I actually told him about those boxes, and it was like right around time where they were doing this AOK thing. So he's like, well, I'm getting you what you want, what do you want, and stuff like that. And I was like, just jokingly threw out one of my grails. Didn't think he'd actually do it. But as we all know, Chad, he is not no bullshitter. And he sent me a Lucille variant signed by Robert Kirkman, 9.2. One of my grails. I'm so stoked to get it. This is like the sexiest book cover ever made. Super dope. And it had a traveling companion. A 9.8. Here's Negan. I believe this was a subscription box exclusive, so it was limited to a certain amount of numbers. Super dope. I couldn't believe Chad did that. I'm super grateful that he did, because holy shit, because those are amazing books to get, and my grail of all grails. So then we get to my good pal Fu, and as we all know, this year we found out something about Fu. Yeah, Fu is a furry. We found this out, and he solidified it by going live on his channel wearing one of his furry masks. I think he says it's his Sunday mask or something like that. But anyways, good old furry Fu sent me some Walking Dead figures, some zombies. So I'm stoked. Got those. I like making little stop motion kind of robot chicken little movies, so I'll use those bad boys. He also sent me something, and it turns out a funny story about these books that he sent me. He sent me the full 6-book where it makes out the picture of Lucille and Negan. And it was the only one on eBay. And I was in a book buying frenzy around that time, and I had seen this, and I was at the grocery store, and right when it was down to the last 10 seconds, I'm bidding against the guy, and I'm at the cashier. So I had to stop, hand the lady the money. By the time I turned back to my phone, sold to the other guy. You know who it was? It was freaking Furry Foo. So I win because I still got the books. But man, I was, you can see in the video, I was stoked when I saw that because, man, I really wanted that set because I'm going to put it all in a frame. That shit's going to be so dope. So then he sends me this little teaser. We call him a furry, so he's going to have his fun, his little knee slappers. He sends me the Ass Squatch Donkey Lord. I guess it's a Magic the Gathering thing. So I actually own a Magic card. The only one I can ever play is Ass Squatch. And it's the only one worth playing, really. So he sends me this picture of himself holding his Walking Dead #1, right? So then, like, he starts building you like how he does. He mentally manipulates your brain and makes it all mush. So he puts this picture like, I shouldn't be the only one with a Walking Dead #1, right? So he's got this picture next to his book, right? Well, he sends me an actual Walking Dead #1. Now, this is, I think it was a 6-book series, and it came out before The Walking Dead. This was actually the original Walking Dead, so this was on my want list, and holy crap, I didn't expect it, but what a fucking surprise, because let me tell you, it's like a 9.6, 9.8 for damn sure. He even said he didn't want to send it to me because this thing's freaking pristine. I'm stoked to have it. And that shit blew me away, and just him sending me those, like, I was just like, damn, man, that's crazy, like, thank you, and everything. There's also another book. I've shown these guys some of the books that I'm looking for and how hard it is to find, good ones. My boy Foo pops up with one I didn't think I was going to get for a long time. It's just, to get a decent show-worthy copy like he sent, so hard. They just always look thrashed. This one's amazing. He says it'll be a place filler, but I ain't never losing that, man. That's fine for me. Read it. This is Stan Lee and Jack Kirby right here working together. They made this. So, of course, his little joke with the Ass Squatch. These are an actual thing where people take deer asses and build faces and make ass squatches. So my good buddy Foo, who is, hooked on furry things, took the time to make this. Go figure. But no, in all sincerity, like, he's ended up becoming a really awesome and amazing friend. Through this comic community, it's brought all of us together. Like, everybody's so chill. It's not like that in other communities, so I appreciate this one, and this one, it's been a fun year, and I can't wait to see what 2020 has involved for all of us. So that should be rad. But fuck, I've been talking for 45 minutes right now. What up, Ivan? Yeah. Oh, man. No, this is still the Tales to Astonish is still great condition. But I don't know, to end things out, definitely go see my boy Comic Vantage. Get books from him, his boxes. Get some decals made. He makes decals too. But have some fun with your friends. Challenge them to an unboxing. You know what I mean? Order some boxes, see who gets the better one, and you'd be surprised. Amazing friends that you'll build just by challenging someone and saying, I'm going to get a better book than you. And then when you actually get the book and you actually win it, asterisk or not, you can always rub it in their face. Like, see what I got this year, foo? Do you see, foo? Soak it in. I like reminding him that he lost, regardless of asterisk. But common advantage. Dinosaurs versus Mars bots. And if you want to get some art by me, hit me up on Instagram. I got these prints. I got about 19 sets left. And that'll be it for them. So hit me up. I'm going to end this video. I appreciate you guys all coming in and watching. Those of you in here. And, hey, we'll see you on the next one. I'm going to go through this awkwardly long thing where I'm trying to click on the end broadcast. And it pops up another button. So you guys got to listen to me talk more about this. And Foo is a furry.